Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Petzl ZigZag. The Petzl ZigZag is a mechanical friction device. It's made up of these metal links here that are to simulate a hitch like you would make out of hitch cord or your ionize. And these metal links each have individual bollards on them that help add friction as you weight the system. There is a small spring here at the top for releasing that tension and allowing these links to collapse onto each other, releasing the friction and opening up to allow you to come down the rope. Obviously here you can see me using it in moving rope application. I think this is where this device shines the most, but you can use this device in single rope application. We'll get to that in a minute. Something that I really enjoy about this device, especially in moving rope, is its ability to self-tend. And what I mean by that is if I have some kind of friction saver or pulley set on the top of a tree and I am hand over hand pulling myself back from a limb walk or even heading back up a tree on spikes, these links will actually collapse as I'm pulling, and it's not going to do it now because I'm on the ground, but once there's enough rope weight, this will tend itself, and wherever I let go, it stops, the links engage, and it grabs right there. But yeah, I really enjoy that function. The best way to use this device I have found is not to grab it just by this top link and pull down. That makes it extremely jumpy. But if you take your fingers and kind of wrap in between these links here, you can kind of get a little bit of rope feel going through there, and just using my thumb and my index finger and slowly releasing tension, and I can feel the links coming together, and I've just found that I can get this thing pretty smooth with that method of using it. Other people use it different ways. I've seen people use it like this, but I've just found that the thumb, for me, is the best way. Yeah, so I have another one here to take a look at that's off the rope. So we got some inspection points on here. We want to look at our bollards here, these curved bollards. You'll see a little shine to them, like this one's got a little bit of shine right here on this bottom one, indicating some wear. I wouldn't say that it's excessive, but where you'll really notice is if this starts to slip on your rope that you're using it on. It's either, if you're past the maximum recommended rope, which is 13 millimeter, it's stamped on here, it's time to retire it. If you're only on an 11/7 rope, maybe it's time to buy a thicker diameter rope and get more life out of it. I would say the main point of inspection here is definitely with this spring. Like on most mechanical devices, there is a spring in play, and if the spring does not function, the device does not function properly. So making sure that the action on that is good and that it's not sticky or slow to rise. If it is a little bit sticky, blowing it out, lubing it up, you know, just like you do to your carabiners and everything else. On this one has a swivel, so we want to make sure that everything's in place, that it's swiveling around just fine. We're looking for any cracks, dents in the device, noting that. The pulley, it's not a life support component on this device because it doesn't apply friction anywhere, but just making sure it spins. As you can see here on this other one, this one does not have a swivel on it, so they do come multiple ways. So if you see one without a swivel, it's not a knockoff, it's just you can buy this two separate ways. This is actually Shane's from our office. He likes the swivel. I run a swivel on my bridge already, so it doesn't make sense for me to have ZigZag with a swivel. It would make it kind of redundant. And The device actually is shorter without a swivel. I'll show you that here in a minute. Doesn't really matter as far as function, but just preference for me. Like I said, to inspect these, obviously you have to remove it from the rope, which brings us to our next point. These devices are not midline attachable, meaning like I cannot take this and just put this on the rope as is, like you can tie a hitch cord or anything else, or any other type of mechanical device that you can put on a rope that you can do after your line is installed. You have to install this on the end of a line. A lot of guys will do that and then just leave it on the rope. That's what I do with mine, but I'll take it off periodically to inspect it. But so I have another rope here that I'm going to show you how you can use this in stationary rope. Get this out of the way, and you'll feed this zigzag through. You can see how to do that. So I just collapse the links like so, holding the top spring part down, and just stuff the tail through. And now it's on the rope. There is a device. This device is called the Chicane by Petzl. It is specifically designed to be used with the ZigZag and nothing else. There are other devices like this. I'm sure some of you guys, or if not, somebody in your office has heard of a rope wrench. You'll see some Instagram guys using a rope wrench with the ZigZag. That's not what it's designed for. The Petzl engineers engineered this specific for the ZigZag. I don't know the science behind why you can't use the wrench. To me, it seems like they're doing the same thing, but Petzl engineers say that they're not. So for the sake of this video, this is what you use with the ZigZag. It's pretty nice. It's hard. It's a little tall. Makes the device a little tall, but it's super easy to install. Just got a side plate here with 2 spots for your fingers, and the way you slide that on is you do it like that. You just put your rope in here and you close that shut. So now this ZigZag is ready for stationary rope use. Where I find this super useful is if I was to go up the tree, stationary rope, and want to do some work on the way up to my main tie-in point, I can go out some limbs and come back in and come down through. Then if I get up there to my main tie-in point and I want to swap over to moving rope, it's actually pretty simple. You can just do the same process in reverse. You can unclip it, and now you can stow it on your harness and build yourself a moving rope system off of that. But yeah, so that's the ZigZag and stationary rope. Really great device. I really like it. Like I said, I normally use it in moving rope because I use other devices, stationary rope, but this is, like I said, this is Shane's, and he says he loves to use it, stationary rope. Benefit of this Chicane as well is, as you can see, it's designed like a handle, and that's on purpose. That way, if I'm in a tree and I need to adjust it and I don't feel like peeling out some rope from underneath here to get slack, I can grab it and actually just lift the device. But obviously, to come back down the rope, you still control it just like you would on moving rope, just holding the links. This is just to add friction, so all your weight's not on the links itself. So yeah, hope this was well received. I know that we have a good many ZigZags floating around the company, so if you haven't seen one, ask somebody in your office and they will definitely have one to show you. So there it was, Petzl ZigZag, another tool for the toolbox.